this video, I'm going to be philosophizing on existing, and existing as something that if you just exist and you don't take up the responsibilidades to be able to develop any meaning process at all, not just a meaningfulness process, but just to start off with meaning and to figure out what X means, to be able to establish an objective, well-calibrated meaning, something that you can access knowledge that you can do something with and do something meaningful with, and knowledge that isn't just arbitrary or meaningless or absurd to you. Not that it's, say, not true, or that it's invalid, or that it's meaningless, but rather that the knowledge, for it to be meaningful, has to be meaningful to you. And just existing doesn't mean that we have knowledge or access to knowledge or access to psychological, true, valid, and meaningful knowledge. And as we experience existing, current, subsequent, without access to knowledge, we lack the capacity to illuminate mind and body and develop any form of enlightenment that liberates mind, body, and self, and allows us to act more freely in regards to our self-conducts and engage meaningful emotions through the prior existing created meanings that aren't just arbitrary meanings, they're true meanings, enlightenment meanings that are direct and indirectly connected to specific meaning interpretations that are well calibrated to what is actually factually true and not just arbitrarily true, and what establishes a subjectivo-objectivo relationship in association with causa-efeito dinâmico-associativities, that these associativities of meaningful association entra mente-corpo transductions from sensors to the precepts of self, in which we are perceiving through direct perception the sensory information from the self and surrounds in approximation to what's existing in the surrounding environment, in which there is a substance that composes all of existence, in which there are different material objects existing external to self and surrounds, in which we develop words and well calibrate meaning interpretations to those, and be able to create meaning from self-directed learning processes, in which self-conducts prior existing can develop into meaningful self-conducts, in which we can engage optimized learning more effectively, efficiently, and resourcefully as we develop the capacity for greater innovativeness and masterfulness within learning. It strengthens our strengths, in which we can also become better at realizing our strengths and potential and recognizing them, not just merely existing in a spot in which we deteriorate and we don't develop those meaning processes, and which isn't conducive to long-term physical, psychological health and long-term physical, psychological well-being, which a major component of that, a meaningful component, part, and process of that is meaning. Just basic meaning. And moving from that basic meaning, developing more complexified meanings, meaningfulness, and the meaningfulnesses of life. And that's all I want to leave you off with this video. I hope you have an awesome one and develop those meaningfulnesses.